Welcome to Nebula Realms, and for this particular video, I decided to just make my own guide. I know it's been I did my own tutorial a few years ago, 2 years ago to be exact, way back in 2018, and to be exact, July 15th, 2018 was the last time that I actually made a tutorial video for this game, for Nebula Realms. It's a free-to-play PS4 game, and only available to play on PlayStation 4. Now, originally, the game wasn't available for the public to play. It was only available if you had like a US account for now, because the game wasn't available to the UK for until after a few months after its release, and getting the servers together, trying to get everything working properly, because not everybody can log into this game and connect to the servers, and it took a while for them to get it fixed up where it could be functional, where you can log in, you can download the game, and create your avatar and be whichever avatar you choose to be, because some people who were trying to get a particular avatar of their liking, they couldn't get it, and they were stuck with the same default look. Now what I have on right now is almost like the clothes that you'll start the same shirt, the pants, and the brown boots that you can see just below the little tab at the bottom of your screen when you guys go to watch this. And if you're new, this is a social game. It's not like an action-packed game like the games that you play, a battle royale game, a horror game, or whatever, any type of genre that you're really interested in, that fits your that's your cup of tea, or that you like to play the most. This is a different game. Now, if you play PlayStation Home from way back on PS3, yeah, this will give you a similar vibe, but it's nothing like it when it comes to its level, its functionalities, the features, and all that, because it's so much the game can be, and it's so much for the game that needs to be fixed and stabilized before it even gets to the level of PlayStation Home, or what PlayStation Home was back in the day, years ago on the PS3. But that's long gone now. So we have games like this and many other games. But for this video, I'm going to show you guys how to play and just give you guys a beginner's guide of everything that you can do in the game. So, because when you come on here, you're not going to know exactly what you can do, and the controls for the tutorial doesn't really explain everything in full. So that's what I've decided to do for today, for this particular video. And as a heads up, before I even get ready to get started, in the description, everything that I'm going to mention is going to be listed there for timestamps. So if you need something to be repeated, you can just go back and just go to that particular timestamp. And if you're interested in playing this game for the first time on your PlayStation, you can just go to that particular timestamp that will cover that particular portion of the game, whether it's the wardrobe that I'm going to go through, the locomotions, the shop, and the chat options, and everything else that you possibly need help with. And then I'll be active in the comments as well if you guys have any questions and need help with the game. So that's what I'm going to do for this video. So this is the beginner's guide, and just a little yet another tutorial of how to play this game for Nebula Realms. So here we are in 2020. So you're gonna find yourself in a wardrobe to make your character. Now you can just be whoever you want to be. You got male, female, and you could be a goon, you could be a goblin, whatever you want to be in this game. But now let's get to the tab. This is just the genders and all that kind of stuff. You can do all the customization options when you click on these options. But notice how they're not labeled. So I'm going to walk you guys through all of that and as I go. So this hanger, just for example, now you click on this, you can just go through whatever you want to do. You want to make some body changes to your torso or whatever, your head, your ears, it doesn't matter, your eye size and eye color, all that stuff you can adjust. See, so you can click on whatever you want. But if you don't really care about that and you want to get back in the game, you guys can go ahead and skip this portion of it, because I'm just starting here in the wardrobe first, because this is where you start. It's going to send you here. So you got hands, you can put stuff on your hands, gloves, when you get in the shops, different things that you can get. Like these are different rewards, free rewards that you get access to, and maybe some items that you bought on the shop. You got hand apparel, wristband, all type of stuff. So just an example. So you can put all that stuff on a wristband, a sweatband. That's just an example. Make adjustments to your shoes. If you get some new shoes and whatnot, that's just the basic tutorial, or just everything that you want to make changes to your avatar, to your liking. And then let me just exit out, press a circle, You can see the controls at the bottom of your screen. You could save a preset. So if you like a particular outfit, maybe you don't feel like changing and putting the clothes back on or going back to the torso. I got to change the hat again. I got to, and something else to mention, I almost forgot. The hat, for example, if you wear a hat, it's not going to go right on your head right there. Let's see, how about, let's try this pumpkin head cap, which is like a free reward from the Halloween event that they showcased. It's going to go right through his skull right there. But you can adjust it so when you get a hat that you're interested in getting, press the hit. You want to press the triangle button for your options, or when you go to select it over that particular hat, and you see how it says position, and you can favorite things, of course, as well, move it to storage. But you could position it how you want to. So once you got that hat, this is just an example. You can position how you want it to. See. You can move it how you want, like that. But see how it's inside of his skull? You can just move it with the D-pad for the translation. You can rotate it with the right thumbstick of your controller. You can adjust the size with the L2 and R2 button. Cancel. And once you got a proper placement of the hat or whatever it is that you're trying to wear, you just press S to confirm it. But that's just one of the examples. I can wear that for the tutorial. Let's just get rid of that. So that's just something just basic to start with you guys. So that's just the tutorial, the basis and everything like that. But just going back to what I was saying, for the preset, save preset, you could save this particular outfit and everything that you wear. So you get all dressed up, you can just save that particular preset, and just when it's saved, it'll come up in like a slot. And you can just click on that particular outfit instead of just having to manually change everything. Manually change the shirt, the pants, the shoes, the hat, the shades, if you're wearing glasses, or earrings and all that kind of stuff. You can just save that particular preset of that outfit just how you want to. And just once you save it, you can just load it up right away when you go to load preset. And you can just make another one. Just make I'm not too sure how many you can make for presets or anything like that. But that's just the wardrobe. That's just the basis of it. So we're going to exit out. I'm just wearing this for now, just because this is the starting point of what you go into. And where am I going? I'm headed right now. It's sending me to the first apartment or the first personal space that you get. That's very similar to PlayStation Home's Harbor Studios, but it's called Home. It's just your default home. You can decorate here as well, but I'm going to get into that as well in this video. So let's give it a chance to load. See, this is just a private space. Why is it, the shirt looks a little bit darker than what it was in the wardrobe. Yeah, it's like a dark blue. It's like it changed its color on its own. But see, this is just one of the personal spaces that you can get. But you don't have to buy this because this is just free. I'll just show you guys around really quickly. See, if you recognize anything about PlayStation Home, it's a little bit different. It never had like an upper floor. See. Now, what can you do in these homes? There's no activities. Some of them showcase some activities you can. You can just invite friends if you add them. You can invite them over. I'm gonna just open my list, for example. I'll get to that. But just here's the whole personal space that you start with. But when you get this, you're gonna have to get some furniture. You have to buy it, and then some furniture you're gonna have for free already available. So watch this. Now, before I get to the chatting options and adding players, I'm gonna go to a public space and try to find a random player or a random user that's active on here right now today, to show you guys how to add players and all that. But I'm gonna open the options because it's when you start, it's gonna show you how to talk. You can chat with the triangle button from the tutorial. From my memory, it only shows you how to talk, move, and there was one other thing, but other than that, it doesn't really show you how to do anything else, like open and close the chat and anything like that. So I have the chat bots open that you guys can't see, obviously, but when you hit the triangle button, that's how you open That's how you chat. And once you finish typing something, let's do like this. So basic. You just hit R2 and they'll be in your public chat. So that's how you just type something. You can finish with the R2 button. You can use the keyboard to type faster if you don't want to use the slow controller keyboard and all that. So that's the triangle button of how to open the chat. That's the first thing that it shows you. But I'm going to tell you guys about the other button mechanics for this game. Now, let's say if you get invited to a private chat, I walk up on someone, you can invite them to a private chat. You press, and if you get invited to like a private chat, you press L3, and then you can change the tab with the left and right on the left and right directional pad. So, of course, you're not going to see the private chat come up because you have to be invited. So you have to walk up on someone. I'm going to show you guys that as well when I get to a public space in a few minutes. But that's just how you just switch between things. And if you get notifications, someone adds you as a friend, wants to request to add you, it'll be in a notification tab. Or if someone invites you to a space, they can invite you to a public space so you can be in the same server as them as well. And then once you get the notification, you can just click on that notification to accept it, the friend request, or join that particular person's space, whether it's a personal space or a public space. And that's how you just really get to those different notifications to your window here. And it's the public chat. And obviously anything that you say in this public chat, other people that are nearby are going to see it. So that's just the little button mechanics and all that stuff. And if you want to close this out, just press L3 again, so it's not stuck on your screen as well. And then you can also expand it with the square button, so you can see everything else that you missed. So say, for example, you probably went AFK, and you're hanging out with some friends and you go AFK, you can expand the chat and catch up by scrolling with the up and down directional pad on your controller to scroll up and down to catch up with that particular user's name. And you'll also see what other people said around you that were trying to either get in touch with you, or maybe some others that are hanging out and chatting about just anything. So that's just the button tabs and all that stuff. So you can just leave chat with a triangle if you want. Those are just all the button mechanics. Now, next I'm going to show you guys the chat options, and then and adding players. And then after that, I'm going to get into the menu options and all that. So that's going to be a while. But first thing I want to do is pick a public space that I can go to. So hopefully I can try to get there and try to find someone. I'm going to just pick the dome. So there's just different public spaces that you can go to. That's just a little taste. That's how you know you made it. You see that's your key. Creating players, you made it safely to the space. So I purposely have the music off so you guys can all hear me. But you see how there's a lot of people in here? It's a good amount of people. It's a good amount of people I can just test it out. So if you can see, it's all sorts of people that you can meet on this game, and different people that you could connect with, and maybe people who have like similar games. It just depends on who you chat. So I can try, let's see, how about this guy? If he stands still, the chat options. So if I walk, of course I'm not going to chat. I'm just going to show you guys. These are options. I could talk to him. If I press X, you'll probably, the typical player is going to probably press X and mash the button on accident and invite that player to a particular chat icon. So you can talk to him. If I press X, I can just invite him to a private chat. And as you saw the options, he's going to keep moving. So I'm just try to, here you go, just right there. Here's the options. Add friend, if I wanted to add her, and all the other options, you can do all that. That's how you add a friend. So if I send a friend request to her, it's gonna pop up on her screen, and it's gonna be in her notification spots. So that's how you add the friend. You can add someone, and if I want to talk to them and talk in public, just like I said before and mentioned, you just hit the triangle button, and everybody else is gonna see nearby in the public chat. See how you can hear these guys just talking? So it's all just the types of things and all the types of different users in the spaces. It's different servers, everything, a different amount of people in the servers in every public space that you go to. But that's how you add players and all that. And then obviously, if you want to add them on PlayStation Network, you can just type their name. If they're cool with it, you can add them on PSN and just add them from there, and you can just connect with them that way. But now, next, I'm going to just get into the menu options. This is going to be a little bit of a while because the menu options aren't really labeled, so it's going to be kind of confusing to the new players to get on here and know what's what and what does what. And it's going to be really difficult for players to get through them. So I'm just going to go right over here, try to avoid the crowd. Now, you don't press X. Don't press X to try to chat or anything like that. That's just how you, X doesn't really do anything. That's just the confirm button and when you select things and all that. But when you want to open your options and you want to maybe go to a public space or wherever, you want to start with the options button on your controller. Options is going to be your key to accessing everything that you want to really get access to. So I'm going to start from the top and then I'm going to work my way all the way to the bottom for you guys. Now, I'm just going to follow a similar format with the same labeling that I did for my old tutorial for this guide that I did when the game was still a little bit freshly new. But for this time, there's a lot of stuff in it now that you guys can get access to. So I'm going to start with this top one. This top button, I'm going to show you guys the menu icons. So this one is going to be, it's just how you get to the public spaces and all that. This is the public spaces, and you can just travel. You can fast travel to public spaces like this icon with the extra additional buildings. That's just more places that you can go to. And this icon that's a house, that's just for personal spaces that you own. But this one, public spaces are available to everyone. So these are all the public spaces that you can get access to. You got the Nexus, Bowling Alley, the Dome, which are where I'm at right now. It's the Stone Lake Castle, the beach, and the Q, which is similar to the Dome, but it's a little bit different, more lights and all that. You got Lee Park, Zero District, and then the Nebula Open House. It's not necessarily a public space. Yeah, everyone can go there, but it's just a taste or a teaser of a personal space that's accessible that you could purchase on the shop. And then you got the Steampunk space that's recently new, and then Ghost Town, which was a Halloween holiday space basically for that. And then we're back here at the Nexus where everyone goes. So those are all the public spaces that you can get access to. Now let's get to the other ones just for examples. There's personal spaces. See, like personal spaces that you can get access to. So this one, you're going to already have them. You're going to already have this one available. So if you want to go back home, you can go there and then you can just decorate if you like. Not to mention that when you go to a personal space, any personal space, you just press the options button, and just how you see this menu right now, that's the only time you'll get that particular decoration option tab is gonna be in a personal space where you can decorate and place furniture and all that. But that's this particular icon. Let's get to the next one. This is the wardrobe icon. So see where I came from there? If I click on this icon with the gear and the little guy, the little person icon, next to it, the gear should definitely sort of give you some kind of idea. But someone that's new to this game is probably going to think it's settings. It's probably got to be game settings. So it's a little bit confusing. So it's not labeled. That's why I'm going through it to show you guys. So this is the wardrobe. This is where you want to make adjustments to your avatar, where you get something new off the shop. You want to change his looks or whatever you want to do. That's just basically the wardrobe when you click on it. So anything that you want to click on, make sure you hit the X button or whatever you want to get access to. Now this icon, this is where you can check your friends and see who's in the space. Like let's start at the bottom, because we're in a public space right now. This is space users. This is how you could check who's in the space and how many people is in the space where you are. And maybe if you're looking for someone in particular, you can find out if they're in the same server as you. See, all the different names. These are all the names. Of course, it's not going to show your name in the list because obviously you're you. But these are all the players that are in this lobby that you can get access to. So I'm not really trying to chat. Oh, he moved away because I throw me off. But that's how you check the space users. You got block, silence, PlayStation Network friends, and then Nebula Realms friends. This is only for this list is only exclusively for the players that you added on your Nebula Realms list. You can't see that if you play a different game. If you play a different game outside of Nebula Realms, if you add them on Nebula Realms, that doesn't mean they're added on your PlayStation Network friends list because they're two different friends lists and it's two different things. So if you add people, you can see who's online, and you'll also be notified when they're online, as you saw someone log in that was already on my list, made their way on to the server. And then one thing that's different outside of PlayStation Home, you can't see what they're playing. You can't see what they're doing. You can't see where everyone is located and what space they're in. So it's really different to see. But with people with the green dots, you can see who's online. Yellow, if they're unavailable right now. But and other people that you have online. But you don't have to keep looking at this list to get notified. But you'll also want to check it to see who's on. And then if I was to wanted to connect to Samurai, I could just press the S button. You can want to follow them and connect to them, or you can invite them. It's some options as well. Hit the X button with that particular name highlighted. And see how Samurai, he's not even in my server. I can just invite him to a private chat and talk to him from a completely different server, which is pretty cool. But he would have to he would have to press the L3 button and then the right on the D-pad to open up the private chat, because he won't be able to see it in the public chat from his notifications. So I don't have to necessarily follow him. I can talk to him in a private chat where it's a chat between the two of us only, and no one else will see it. But if I wanted to invite him here to the dome, I can if I want to. But he would have to take the invite. He would have to accept the invitation from his notifications tab. So just like I mentioned earlier, that's left on the D-pad to open up your notifications once you hit the L3 button for your chat as well. So that's how you do everything. I can invite them here to the space if I want. And then if I want to join them, I can obviously click on this. If the server isn't full, but the max capacity for a server is about 20 to 22 people that can fit in the server. And if you want a favorite, they'll have like a star next to their name and all that. So that's just the options there when it comes to that. But and of course, if you want to remove friends, you can do that as well. So that's everything for that tab in particular. I'm gonna probably personally go to a personal space because I don't want to just get distracted. I see somebody that I know. They're connected. So that's just some other things. That's why I try to go through it as quickly as possible for that particular thing. But it's gonna be easier just to go through the rest of the tasks in a personal space. And I run through the rest of the menu for y'all. So I apologize for that. But that's to see how he knew I was online. So that because he looked at his list and he can open his list. It's the perfect example. See, that's just how you know it works. So that's just one of the ways. It's just going back here. But let's continue on with the rest of the menu. So I went through all that. So just a quick recap. You got the spaces, public spaces and personal spaces, like the navigation tab. And just like I already mentioned, you guys can't see it. This icon. This is the decoration where you can decorate furniture and all that and select from many other different types of furniture. So we got the wardrobe and then the friends and more and all that. And now, whoa, it just kicked me off the server. Uh-oh. I'm like stuck through there you go. I hope I can get back on. Oh no, that's not a good sign. But you guys get to see this too. This will happen too when you come on this game. Can I load back in? Can I load back in? There you go. Made it back. Sorry about that. But that's just gonna make it a little bit longer. But anyway, as I load back in after that server crash. So just I already recap. So we went through all that for the friends, how you can add players, you can find them, all the different options that you'll get, how you can see players in the particular space, all that jazz. Now let's get to the next icon. Now when you see this shopping cart, obviously that's going to give you the idea of just where you can buy stuff. But when you click on this is the only way to access. This is a way that you can access the shop quickly, no matter where you are. So you just press the X button. I'm going to show you guys the shop. Now you could buy crystals, everything else. There's different ways that you can open the shop, and just different ways you can get access to different types of clothes. There's so many different shops on the shop on the game that you can get access to, and that's if you want to purchase anything in the game. Not everything in the game is going to be free, and as you can see on the top of your screen, you have NP, which stands for Nebula Points, that you can get from playing mini games. But I'm going to showcase that when I get to if I can get to another public space for you guys in one piece, hopefully. But let's run through the shop really quickly. So buy crystals, you can get a PSN card, or just buy crystals to get access to clothes and stuff like that. This feature tab here is gonna be everything that's recently been added to the game. It's not going to show you everything. This is just going to be everything let's say, for example, the game got updated today, for example, which it didn't, but just like an example. This was all the new stuff that they recently added from the previous update. So everything that you'll see that was in that particular update or included in the patch notes, you will see in the feature tab of the shop as I go through them really quickly. See? New Year's content, all types of stuff. So that's just all the stuff that you can get. I'm not gonna show everything. Now clothing, it's over 40 shops. It's over 40 shops. I'll go through and speed through them. Each row is it's 5 shops every row. So let's see. Let's do it now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and then 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. So those last 2 shops, I'm just trying to be extra careful. It's 58 shops that you can select from. And if you have a PlayStation, if you are a PlayStation Plus member, but already mentioned this, you don't need a PlayStation Plus subscription to play this game. It's completely free. You only get a couple things that's free for PlayStation Plus. You get a crown, a gamer t-shirt, and then the same thing for females as well. Same thing. But there is not, some people might just be having this question, it's not easy to just go through all these shops or go through all 52 shops or just over 50 plus shops to find what's free. Some shops have free stuff. That not everything is going to be free for the player. Some of them you're going to have to buy and just grind Nebula points. But I'm going to get into the points in a little bit. How to get points and all that. How to earn points that you can also use. So if I want to buy something from Season Lords, which is one of the newest shops, let's go here. One of the outfits. You would need 2,700 Nebula points, or you can just buy a couple crystals and use the crystals. So you can get the outfits or clothes or whatever you get on the shop using the required amount of Nebula points, or just get crystals to get them. So it's just 2 different ways that you can get them and just get access to all this stuff on the shop. But those are just all the clothes. Now let's get to the companions. The companions are the little pets that follow you around. Some of you will probably recognize those from home. So you have different ones that you get. You can get the hand, the death hand. See, click on all these. But that's only one of them. That's one of many. See, it's a good variety. These are some of my favorites in the game. The pets. That's not all of them, but you want to go to the Juggernaut pets icon. You can get them for bundles if you want. That's what the square, this little icon is. See, you can get the Firework Friends bundle, for example. Let's go here, for example. So you can get all that for 10 crystals. It's a little bit pricey, but it's just you don't gotta get the bundles. You can get them individually. Whoops. So that's just the bundle icon that I just wanted to quickly run through for you guys. So you can get them individually. Each pet is like 5 crystals. You need 2,700 points to get these. So you can get them individually like that. It depends. See how you got Easter? What does this remind you of? See? Zelda. Nebula Fairy. See what I'm saying? But now you can just get those. If you might be a Zelda fan. You know, looking at this. Yeah. St. Patches, Lucky Shamrock. You might want a rock rider with a little green hat. See? It's all types that you can get. Battle tanks. You can get the cat from Sabrina. The black cat from Sabrina. Remember that show? Look, you got all these different cool little pets. These are some of my favorites in the entire game. My favorite thing in this entire game is the pets and the companions that can fly around and follow you around. Some have different things too. When they stand around, they glow up, they spin, they move. They have different little graphical effects and all that. And I'll be showcasing that when I get to the next public space as well. But I'm going to show you guys the other little options that you can select from it as well. So we'll do all that. See, it's just different pets. I just thought I'd show y'all. That's the companions that if you guys like. Now, housing is only personal spaces. You can't buy a public space. So you click on this. These are all the personal spaces you can in the housing. You can get personal spaces individually. You can get the bundles, like I already mentioned. Same with the pets. You can get them like that. Let's do this. So you can get them like in the bundle. It includes not only just the personal space, but you can get like the furniture to go with the space as well. See, you can get the furniture and all that, and then you get the mega winter bundle. This one in particular, it includes the personal space. See, the Holly Ridge Estate, it includes the personal space and the furniture in the same bundle, all in one package. So you can do it like that, or you could just buy the individual furniture that you want to get and set up your place and really get it decked out. It just depends on what you want to get. See, and look at this. The personal spaces are really high up, so you'll need a lot of points. But you're best off. If you definitely really want to get a personal space, you're definitely gonna have you want to buy crystals, or maybe someone else on your friends list can possibly invite you to it for free and all that, and you can get it that way, or get access to see if it's good enough, if it's worth your buck. You know, get the bang for your buck. You know, as they say, for the personal space, if you like it. But you can get like a little preview, see how the pictures are just coming up. Like a little slideshow. You can do it that way. But it's so many spaces. It's so many personal spaces that you can get. Cepheus furniture, or you can get some different types of furniture if you want Juggernaut furniture. Those are just more furniture that you can get and click on. These are other personal spaces that you can get access to. It's so many in the game. Glowing furniture, if you really want to feel the glow. See, just different things. So that's just the housing really quick for you guys. Now let's get to the last tab on the shop. It's not just pets that follow you around. Remember those locomotions? You can get to where you want to get to. You don't feel like running around all the time because your character doesn't run that fast. You can get animal locomotions, all types of different things that you can get access to, that you can ride around to traverse every public space. You can even use them in personal spaces if you want. These are really cool. See these bone dragons and all that? You get a wolf. The coffin, you'll probably recognize that. the broom, witch's broom. There's all different types of locomotions that you guys can get. You get Pennywise's balloon. But those are just some of the locomotions, summer locomotions. With the surfboards and all that. The airbeds, the beach tiles. You can get and check out the shop. And see what fish you're liking. I'll pick this last one, lowriders. You can ride in style. It's up to you guys. So what you want to get. Maybe you want to wait. Heart bites if you're feeling Valentine's. See? Heart bites. I know that was going to be the last one. This is some other ones. Which is some first locomotions, surfboards. Catch some waves. But that locomotions and the companions are my favorite, personal favorites apart for this game, I would say. But that's the whole shop. But just like I said, you'll probably want to most likely buy some crystals, because why am I not recommending the Nebula points? I'm going to get into that. Let's head to a public space real quick first to get the points. I want to go to Stone Lake Castle. I want to see what I'm trying to think of. What's a good? I guess I can go to Leaf Park. I'll go there. It seems a little bit safer. And I'm going to explain to you guys how to get Nebula points now. Because you're probably, if once you get like enough and you see something that you like, you'll probably want to end up buying some of these different things that you've seen on the shop. It just depends. Maybe you guys are interested in the game so far, but just like when you go on here, I hope I can get in this space. There you go. I'm showing you guys how to get Nebula points. You just play mini games. There's different mini games in individual spaces. I'm going to run through them really quickly too. See who's in the space just to test it. See, it's only a couple players. I'm trying to get out of this crowd. It's not a crowd at all. So there's only a couple players. It's right there by the entrance. We're just trying to move. But what mini games can you play? I can't go through all of them because I don't want to get stuck and not be able to showcase anything for this this guide and tutorial for you guys. I can run and name them really quickly for you. Nexus has the Chrome Racers, a single player game that you can, is a racing thing where you just run through the rings. You guide a different aircraft through rings and on 3 different difficulties to that you can play there. And then bowling alley, obviously you can bowl. The pinball machines used to be there. You can bowl with up to 4 players. I think that's one of the best games. You can get points that way. But as far as that, for points, as I go through these, you can only get 20 points every game that you play, and you only can play 3 mini games a day. Why? Because it has a 24-hour or maybe a 19 to 20-hour cooldown. So you have to basically wait till the next day to earn points. But you could keep playing that particular game over and over. But you just, after 3 times, you won't be able to get any more points for that particular day that you're playing. You have to wait till tomorrow or the next day, whenever you get back on. But it's a 19 to 20-hour cooldown pretty much for that. So what else that's in there? That was just a really explanation. But that's why it takes so long to grind for points. You can't grind to your heart's content. You can't keep playing that minigame and keep on playing and playing and playing thinking you're going to get points. You only can play 3 times a day to get up to 60 points, basically. Because you get 20 points in 3 games. So what else does the bowling alley have? They have pool. They have the pool, that's 1-on-1. That's up to 2 players that you could play. You have darts, that's 1-on-1 as well, up to 2 players. And then other than that, there's no other mini games at the bowling alley. The Dome doesn't have a mini game. Stone Lake Castle has archery, chess. Archery is single player, where you can shoot arrows at a target. And it also has chess, checkers, and tic-tac-toe. Those are up to 2 players only. Even more 1-on-1 games. The beach, you can have, it's not a mini game, but it's a additional activity. Almost forgot the activity here. You can also ice skate in the ice skating rink once you come up the stairs when you spawn and get in the space. but you don't get points for that. That's just something, just something that you can really do, like a little activity to mess around. Now onto the beach. They have the activity of a jet ski that you can ride on the on the ocean, but you can't go that far. So you're not going to get points for that. You can't race against other players with jet skis or anything like that. But the only mini game there is Jungle Mini Golf. That's a single player game. The cube doesn't have any mini games. And then Leap Park, here I am. I'm going to showcase you guys the foot race, for example, as the mini game. And you have go-kart racing. The foot race is only one player, single player. And then the go-kart racing is up to 4 players, but it hasn't been really as functional. So there's some issues with that. But it's one of the best mini games that you could play when you come on here on Nebula, to experience. The go-kart racing and the bowling are my top favorite mini games. But some other activities you can get into, you could drink coffee, but it'll cost you 5 Nebula points. And you can get a reward for it as well. Some of these mini games offer free rewards. I almost forgot to mention. The other activity is the moon bounce. I'm going to show that as well. Zero District only has the light bike mini game, but it's only single player. Other than that, Ghost Town had it was a limited time Halloween event where you gather eyeballs, but that's long gone now. So there's basically no mini games there. You would gather eyeballs to get on each day to get certain rewards. But those are all been removed. Steampunk has like a jetpack game. It was almost like fairy lights that they added, where you just collect the fairies to get points. But now, if you make it to the Steampunk space and if you come on here to the public space, the only mini game they have is almost similar to fairy lights, but you're just gathering gears to get points. So once you get those 3 mini games, you could probably get those 3 mini games done. You could play that game, and then after that, you can't get any more points. But I forgot how many points each gear is. I think they're like 20 points each that you pick up. It's up to 5 gears. But other than that, you can't do anything else as far as the mini games, just double checking. Those are all the spaces and everything that I went through from all the public spaces and mini games that you can get into. Because I know I'm not going to be able to showcase them because it'll take way too long. But this is the foot race. You can follow the arrows to complete the race in 70 seconds or less. And I also meant to bring out a pet for you guys. I'm going to go through that menu as well. But I don't really care if I make this foot race or complete it. You sort of hear the sounds as I collect them. And once you go through this, you're going to get points. It might come up on my screen. It might pop up. You might see the difference. And if you don't see a difference in the number change of your points, just open the shop and you can see your total Nebula points be changed. See how people are just coming on here hanging out? That's just the kind of game it is. See, this is just one of many games that you can do. You can keep playing a foot race. You can keep on playing it. As I said, you can keep playing the mini games, but you just won't always get the points. I almost forgot about Memory On. I just ran up on it. It's like a Simon Says game, basically. But you just press the buttons in a particular order, and remember the order that the buttons, remember the button sequence from the games, from the that particular round. See, it came up on my screen, saw 20 Nebula points. That's how you get it. I can play it again 2 more times and get the points again. Get Nebula points. See how he's at go-karts? You can do that for points as well in Memory On for the games. Here's the other activity. You can't get points for jumping up and down on this. See, this is something that you can do. A little silly, isn't it? But that's it for like the mini games and all of that. But before I even get into anything else, I just wanted to go. It threw me off because I wanted to get to a public space to show you guys the mini games and all that stuff. But these last two icons on the tab here, that was just pertaining to the shop. I was just getting Nebula points how to get them. But these last 2 icons that's pertaining to this tab here, when you open the option, press the options button on your controller. This is just the This is just the game settings. How you can adjust as you click it. You can adjust the size, turn music on, other different graphical features. I can even change the font size if I want. I can change my name color. I'll go to my favorite color. If I want green, you can change it to what you want. This is different options that you can pick and choose from. See, you do it like that. And that's the way. That's the way. And then you want to get out of it, just go up. Or at least up here, just get up above the name color, and then you can exit out by pressing the circle button. And then this last one here, you won't probably know what this is. I didn't know what this was when I first started playing this game. This is the respawn button. So watch, if you get stuck, your game glitches out or something like that, you can't move, you could just press the options button and go all the way down here to this last tab, hit the X button and respawn. It'll send you right back to the entrance of that particular public space. Now watch. See? It's just like that. So it's pretty easy. So that's basically all the different tabs and options that you can get to by selecting the options button. Everything that you can do in the game. That's everything else. There was nothing else that I can really get into besides that. So that's everything. Now I'm going to show you guys the dances, poses, moves, status, and the pets. That's what I'm going to show you guys as we get ready to wrap up. So let's start with, I want to start with the pets, but might as well, wait a minute. We'll start with the dances. This is the dances. Now, how did I access this? You can access this by pressing the square button, and you can access all these different things that you can get into. And whatever you want to click on something, hit the X button. See, you can do all these different dances. Remember that? What is it? Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. But these are just dances. Yeah. Some of them you might not like. Now, something I gotta just point out and just call out is that the males and females, they have different dances. They have different dances. Some of them are the same, like the chicken dance. They got all that. They got some of these dances, but they're gonna look different. So it depends on the avatar that you pick, and you'll get those particular dances available to you. These are free dances. You don't have to buy any dances at all. These are all free dances. That's the dance icon. Just real quick. Now let's get to the moves. This smiley face with his open mouth, smiling bright. But this is how you get to the moves and the status. The moves is that icon. Let's get ready to zoom in first. Zoom in with the camera by holding R1. And you can zoom out with L1. But the moves is that icon that you see next to my name to the left of the S. See that little sun smiling? You could select between these different moves and pick what you want. These are all the moves. These are free as well. To point that out. So you can pick what you want to be. You know, pick whatever move it is. It can just be for fun. All that kind of stuff. Just put the little silly emoji and do it like that. So zoom back out, hold L1. That's the moves. Now the status is right below my name where it says New Year, New Beginning. You could type what you want, but it's a certain character limit. Not always won't be able to make it, but you put spaces and all that kind of stuff. So I'll just type in, let's do Nebula. Let's do Nebula tutorial. And once you save it, hit that R2 button, it comes up. Now I want to test something too to show y'all. Let's see. You can put what you want in it. See, you can put a little smiley if you want. So it's up to you. Whatever you want to put in your status. Now that's the status and moves. That's the dances. This is the status and moves. That's it. There was only 2 for that. Now let's get to the poses and all that you can get. The poses are also different from between the male and female. It just depends on the gender that you select. So they're a little bit different as well. You got the superhero, anime. You can go through all these at whatever you want. Casual, superhero, cross your arms. Freezing cold for the winter. Come on out in the light. You can do all that. You can do the hearts. And move on his arm. Boom. Love pose, all that. Be Superman. Floating. And if you move with the left on stick, it'll cancel out that particular pose. See, and you can sit on down, all that kind of stuff. You can relax. See, sitting, squatting one knee, and then right after that, I'll stand up. You can just get out of it if you want. With just moving the slightest touch of the left on stick will get you out of that position. This is the pets. We got the pets and the locomotions coming up. If you got pets off the shop or something like that, you can bring them out. Hold on, for this, let's bring out, I'm bringing out the gold Easter bunny. See, I got this. Some of these pets are just rewards, free rewards. You don't have to buy them all, but if you're on doing like limited time events that they're hosting for Nebula, you could get access to these pets. This is an old Easter bunny that not many people have, so I thought I'd select this for this video. It's an old gold Easter bunny. It was like one of the first Easter events that they had, where you had to collect eggs in different public spaces and then take them back to the basket and all that. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm using the camera with the right R2 button, as you can see in the controls. You can take pictures and all that, different things like that. So that's just the pets if you have them. Show different ones. And they follow you. They follow you wherever you go. The UFO, super kickers, and see how they do different things. See how he's jumping around. Let's watch the UFO for a few seconds. I mean, if you stand still and don't move, they'll do different things. Every pet that you get does different things. It spins. It does a lot of different things. See? See, like that? That's just one of the unique things that it does. I thought I'd showcase it. And if you want to get rid of the pet and want to change it up, of course, that particular pet will spawn next to you. But if you want to get rid of them, you just hit this X. See how it does? You shoots fireworks and all that. They all have their own little unique features and motions. So I can just get rid of them that way. Now, locomotions is how you traverse around the map or whatever public space that you're in. You could do it in a personal space too. Watch this. These are different locomotions. So I'm gonna bring out the most recent one that I got is from the Christmas event, the reindeer. That was glitched out. Glitches will happen. There we go. Now it's moving. That's how it's supposed to work. Yeah, glitches will happen when you're on locomotions, but this is pretty cool. So you want to get everybody's hanging out over here. You want to get like a locomotion, so you'll be able to move like this and move around like that. So you don't have to keep on running around. So that's how you get them on the shop and all that, different things. They have different locomotions and all that. See, the llama was glitched out for a little bit. You see? So you can get llamas for Fortnite. You can be Mary Poppins with an umbrella, all that jazz. Bring out Pokemon like this, Ariados. Just man, it's just different ones that you can get. Be like Tron, Disney's Tron. See, riding around. This is one of the fastest locomotions that you can get. These are the light bites. These are the light bites that's on the shop that you can get. But those are just the locomotions, just to showcase them. And then, last but not least, the other different motions that you can do. You can wave, kiss, applause, all this kind of stuff. You can laugh. But you probably don't want to do that. No way. But you can yawn. See how she's doing a pause? She was doing a couple. That's not available for males. That's only for females. See how she's doing? That's the meditation. Just get a glimpse of this. Just lurk the area. See, she's doing all those different poses. I didn't want to be weird. It's just running over there. But that's just one of the ones that you can showcase. That's just all the poses and stuff like that from dances as well. Everything that you can get into in the game. But that's basically everything that I went through. Just the controls, everything that you can get into. I can probably end it with like a little tour. I want to go. I'll take you guys to the most popular spot. You're probably wondering, where does everybody hang out at? Let's see if I can get to the Nexus. I want to see if I can get there. I almost forgot to show y'all that this space was not even it's not included in the navigation menu. But it's a movie theater in it as well. I'm gonna try to get to it. I want to see if I can get there before I end this video. And then I have everything that I went through and discussed in the timestamp in the description for everybody for this guide and tutorial. So if y'all want to give it a chance to play it for free, you don't have to necessarily buy anything. It's probably not even gonna let me go there. Yeah, I might have to end it here. I'll probably be stuck on a loading screen, but this is just something I can't hide that. I'm sort of glad that it's being showcased because you can't hide that from the players. This stuff will happen because you get stuck in between the servers and trying to get to another space. That's why I went to Lee Park, because it's safer that way. But I basically discussed everything that I wanted to discuss and everything that you can get access to from the shop, the wardrobe and all that kind of stuff. And how you guys can just add people, chat, get from point A to B, and all that. I wish this space works, but that's why I didn't want to go click on this space until last, because the Nexus you can get to just about anywhere manually, but you can get there quicker by just pressing the options button on your navigation and just going there. It's like a fast travel. But at this rate, it's probably not going to load up. But I hope this was helpful, and I figured I'd just do one since it's been a while. And I thought it'd be the perfect time to get other players into the game. If you're interested, maybe you might not even like the game. You don't even have to download it off the PlayStation Store. But in the end, it's going to be free to play anyway. So you can't really necessarily lose on a free to play game. But let me know what you guys think about the game. And maybe you guys might be interested in trying it on your PS4 if you like these type of games and you might be interested in playing. But I'm going to mention everything that I discussed in this little guide in the description below, so you guys don't have to watch the video in full. And if you need help with something in particular of the game or any sort of questions, then I can guide you guys through the comments.